Welcome to Gaggenau Culinary Series. My name is Ricardo Chaneton. I'm the chef founder of Mono Hong Kong. And today we're gonna make a recipe that is from my hometown, arepas. Arepas consists of kind of like a bread made with corn flour. We're gonna stuff it with some prawns and kind of like a guacamole sauce inside. To start, we're gonna basically do a dough. This dough is made with the corn flour, like I said before, and basically consists of add some water. There is no exactly proportion in the recipe. However, the texture is very important, and you're gonna see now in the camera. So I'm gonna wear some gloves because we're gonna make the dough with the hands. We're gonna add now the water in the dough. So we have already here a little bit of the water, and at the same time I add the water, I mix it until I have a very smooth dough that I'm gonna cook after in my pan with a little bit of olive oil. Basically, as you see, we only add a little bit salt, the dough, the flour, sorry, and water. That is gonna be the main three ingredients for this dish. And the texture of the dough will be something like that. Very smooth, easy to give a shape now that we're gonna do. So basically here I grab around 80 grams of the dough, and I start to make a little bowl with my hands. And I'm gonna give a shape, like a round shape like this. So the dough is ready. Now I'm gonna just add a little bit of olive oil in my pan that I preheat on level 4 of my induction. This oil, I'm gonna spread it all around the pan. So I add the oil, and I'm gonna take out the excedent with some absorbing paper, but I'm gonna make sure I have oil everywhere. So the idea will be also to make, if you can, the dough in advance, one day in advance, so in the morning for the night or the night for the morning. Will be even better because it rests a little bit in the fridge, absorb better, and hydrate the flour even better. So around 80 grams, I make a little bowl, very quick. Make it as much flat as I can in both sides, and I place it in my pan. The heat, it cannot be too strong. We are looking forward to have a complete cooked dough in the pan without need of placing the oven. So we need to make sure it's hot, but it's not overpower. My country, we normally burn it a little bit because the bitterness of the burnt flavor and the smokiness is something that we really enjoy to eat. Okay, meanwhile our arepas is cooking on the pan. Little by little we're gonna peel our shrimps. I'm gonna first separate the head from the tail, place it here. Here now I'm gonna proceed to take out this boyau that we call in French, and it's a part that it's not nice to eat because sometimes you have a little bit of sand or a different texture in your mouth, so you don't want to eat that. Now we have our prawns peeled and ready to cook. I'm gonna just quickly check in my arepas. They need to cook a little bit more, so I'm gonna increase the power of my induction. I'm gonna increase it to 7 now. So I preheat to sear very quick at 4. Now I'm increasing to 7 to cook it a little bit faster. So now moving forward with the prawns. Here what we want to do is basically season. So I'm gonna separate a little bit. We're gonna add a little bit of olive oil, very little, don't need too much. A little bit of salt. We're gonna add more salt later, so don't need too much. And a little bit of black pepper. Now we're gonna incorporate a lot of citrus zest. Make sure every prawn have a little bit of the zest. Some orange, lemon, and some lime. Give a little bit of touch of citrus, is very nice, very interesting. We make it a little bit lighter. So now this we're gonna place in the oven. Let's preheat the oven. We preheat the oven at 180 degrees. Once the oven is ready, place it inside. We're gonna cook for 5 minutes. So I'm gonna prepare kind of like a guacamole with a little bit of avocado, some chili. I'm gonna use coriander, fresh coriander, and some citrus also, some lime juice. So we have the avocado here. I'll grab a spoon. I grab a little bit of coriander. Me personally, I like to add a little bit of the root sometimes, so this one we wash already. Take the leaves and a little bit of the stem. And this one we basically cut very, very thin. So we're gonna add it here inside. And then we also cut very thin our coriander leaves. Well, the smell already of the fresh coriander is very nice. I think for one avocado should be enough to add this. We're gonna add a little bit of salt. I like to use a little bit pepper here. And of course we're gonna add the lime juice. It's very important, the lime juice. It's gonna help not only to give a beautiful acidity to the dish, but also it's gonna help us to avoid oxidation of the avocado. I personally like a lot, so we're gonna add quite a lot. Like this is very smooth too, it's not too dry, not too thick. Now we're gonna just help it. I'm gonna cut it here a little bit. So our timer is ready to go. We're gonna open here. We're gonna take out our prawns. And here we're gonna crush our avocado, very gentle. So our avocado is crushed. You have little chunks. You want exactly that of the chunks. Very interesting in texture when you eat it, if you have the little chunks. And then we're gonna add a little bit of olive oil. And I would like to add also a little bit of chili. We just want to cut it very small. That's it for now. We're gonna wait to cool down a little bit the prawns. We're gonna check here. This one is perfect. These patterns here are very interesting and very important for the traditional arepa. Okay, so our prawns are cold already. We cook it. We have it here. Our avocado is ready. Our arepas is ready to go, to be stuffed. I'm gonna turn off the fire here, the induction, sorry. Now I'm gonna proceed to cut the prawns. So I'm gonna cut it like this, one prawn in 3 pieces. So towards the head a little bit thicker and the tail a little bit bigger, sorry. So the prawns are slightly undercooked. We don't want to overcook the prawns, otherwise the texture is not too nice, let's say. And then basically I'm gonna do these pieces, I'm gonna put it inside of the avocado and I'm gonna proceed to mix all together in here. So we have this citrusness of the prawns, we have the citrusness also for the lime juice on the avocado. Remember, the lemon juice is very important, not only is super tasty, but also help to don't get the avocado turn black, oxidate. So basically this is ready. And now I keep this one on the side because I'm gonna decorate with this. I'm gonna place it here. So now I take it from the pan. They are very hot, so you need to be very careful. So I proceed with a knife, not too big knife, a small knife. It's very hot, so you need to be very careful. I proceed to open, to separate, but not all the way through. Another thing is, like I said before, some families take out all this dough from the inside and keep only the crispy part. But some families like to have a little bit of the dough inside and also the crispy part. So basically, stay like this, it's like a pocket. Okay? So this one, we're gonna stuff. We put a good amount with some prawns in there. And we use the tails. And that will be my traditional version of the arepa.